Join me as I dive into the heated waters of the South China Sea to figure out who really has the upper hand in this showdown. The South China Sea is one of the most critical geopolitical hotspots in the world, and for good reason. It's a vital hub for international trade, with over 30% of global maritime trade transiting through its waters every year. Moreover, it's a region rich in natural resources, including oil and natural gas, making it a coveted prize for countries in the region. In recent years, tensions have been escalating between China and its neighboring countries, including Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines, over territorial claims and resources in the South China Sea. China's aggressive expansion in the region has been met with suspicion and concern from its neighbors, who accuse Beijing of using its military might to bully them into submission. The Chinese government, on the other hand, claims that it's simply exercising its historical rights to the region and defending its sovereignty. One of the main flashpoints in the region is the Spratly Islands, a disputed archipelago that's claimed by several countries, including China, Vietnam, and the Philippines. In recent years, China has been busy building artificial islands and military bases on the islands, which has raised alarm bells among its neighbors and the international community. The United States has also been increasing its military presence in the region, with freedom of navigation operations and joint exercises with its allies, which has been seen as a challenge to China's growing influence. As the competition for resources and influence in the region heats up, the stakes are getting higher. The South China Sea is not just a regional issue, it's a global one, with far-reaching implications for international relations, trade, and security. The world is watching as the situation unfolds, and the question on everyone's mind is, who will come out on top in this high-stakes power struggle? To understand the complexities of the South China Sea disputes, we need to take a step back and look at the historical context of the region. The South China Sea has been a coveted region for centuries, with various empires and nations vying for control over the centuries. The current disputes can be traced back to the aftermath of World War II, when the Chinese government began to assert its claims to the region. Since then, the disputes have only intensified, with the stakes getting higher and higher. The key players involved in the disputes are China, the United States, and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN. China's assertive behavior in the region has put it at odds with its neighbors, who are increasingly looking to the United States for support and protection. Meanwhile, the United States is caught in a delicate balancing act, trying to maintain good relations with China while also supporting its allies in the region. The implications of the disputes are far-reaching and complex. If China is able to assert its dominance in the region, it could have significant implications for international trade and security. On the other hand, if the United States and its allies are able to push back against China's expansion, it could lead to a more stable and secure region. Either way, the world will be watching as the situation unfolds. One pivotal moment in the ongoing disputes came in 2020, when a Chinese vessel rammed and sank a Vietnamese fishing boat near the Paracel Islands. The incident sparked widespread outrage and condemnation from the international community, and marked a new low in the relations between China and its neighbors. Since then, tensions have only continued to escalate, with both sides digging in their heels and refusing to back down. The consequences of the South China Sea disputes are far from clear, but one thing is certain, the world will be watching as the situation unfolds. Will China emerge as the dominant power in the region, or will its neighbors and allies be able to push back against its expansion? One thing is for sure, the South China Sea is a critical region that will play a major role in shaping the future of international relations and global security. That's it for today's video on the South China Sea showdown. What do you think? Who has the upper hand in this complex and volatile region? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out our other video on the rise of China as a global superpower.